Hi everyone. Today we would like to install ELK on our machine. Currently I'm on Windows and I'm going to use Ubuntu on WSL. If you don't have Ubuntu, you can execute this command WSL hyphen install hyphen D Ubuntu hyphen 22.04, and this command will install Ubuntu on your uh, WSL. Uh, if it's your first installation, it will ask you to enter a username and also password. So it's technically going to create a user for yourself. And if you want to use WSL on Ubuntu on WSL, you can just use terminal and then go to Ubuntu 24. And that's how you're going to have Ubuntu terminal. So first thing for Java for Elasticsearch, we need to have Java. So we need to execute this command. It says like OpenJDK 11 is already installed on my machine. But if you don't have OpenJDK 11 or anything, you can use this command, which is like sudo apt install OpenJDK-17 headless, which will install um, 17. If you want to install 11, you can use this command. You can just change you can just change the version. Uh, so Java is installed. Let's check. So it's now Java 17. You can see here the version. So next step is to download Elasticsearch, Logstash, and Kibana, three of them. So let's go here. So always remember, even if your uh, laptop is Windows laptop, but technically you are not using Windows here, you are using Ubuntu on WSL. So it's a Linux system. So you need to change your platform to Linux, and I'm on x86-64. So I will click on this and then right click, and then I'm going to use copy link address. This is one way you can use let's check. You can use duplicate and then enter this command, which will essentially download the file for you. Or else there is another way. You can download this one and you can move this one to your desired folder structure following the commands specified here. But today I'm going to use duplicate to directly install. So the same process will be applied to Kibana and Logstash. So we are going to change our platform to a Linux x86-64. Right click, copy link address, open terminal. Uh, Let this one finish. And then we're going to execute just duplicate and then paste the link, which will technically download all the files. Sorry, it will download the dump file. If you do ls, it will show you the downloaded files. But I have already downloaded the files and I have it in ELK. I created this folder. So as you can see, like there are three zip files, uh, Elasticsearch, Kibana, and Logstash. So now we will follow steps on installing Elasticsearch. You can follow any of these documents. It's both of them are same. So okay. So if you once you have these star files, you can use tar hyphen x z f and then lf and then the tar file name. What does this essentially do is it is going to untar the files and then have it ready for you. So let's check again. As you can see, it's here, Elasticsearch. We will change it to Elasticsearch and then we'll see. So if you see, by default comes with JDK itself. So it's okay, even if it comes with JDK, but we want to make sure like we already have Java installed. So first step is to like bin slash Elasticsearch. That's what the command that we're going to execute on our first run. So always remember, like if you execute on the first go, it's going to give you some essential information that you will be required in future. Okay, this is an important piece of information. We are going to copy it and we are going to keep it somewhere there. So I just pasted it here. So if you see here, it created a user elastic, and this is the password for the user elastic, and then the CS certificate. So if you see here, this is what we call as an enrollment token. It can be used for Kibana. It's like it says like how we use it for Kibana, and it is only valid for next 30 minutes. So now we can see like it's installed. So let's verify it. So you can go like HTTPS colon slash slash local host colon 9200. Um, See, it's an unverified certificate, but we can proceed. It's going to ask for username and password. You can keep username as Elastic, and then password is the one that comes on the first installation. That's different. So if you see this page or something similar to it, depending upon your browser, I'm using Google Chrome. I'm seeing this one. You will almost see similar, but if you see this one, you can say like Elasticsearch is successfully installed. Now let's start with installing Kibana. I'm going to my device folder. You can see there is Kibana tower. I'm going to untar it. Run xdf Kibana file. Let's go to Kibana. Let's check. So the first thing that you have to do is like before even going ahead and running Kibana, you need to run enrollment, which is if you go to bin, if you list files, you can see there are different files, right? Mm, Now you need to execute Kibana setup. It's going to ask you the enrollment token. Now we need to give this enrollment token, and then it's going to configure Kibana. So it's configured. So it has all what it needs. So if you see here, I'm already in bin folder. So I don't need to execute this command right. I can just use dot slash Kibana, and then let's check if okay, it said like it's running. Okay, but let's wait for some time because it's sometimes takes time. So let's see one. This does not require HTTPS. HTTPS is only required for Elasticsearch, but Kibana currently does not run on HTTPS. So we can pass Elastic as the username, and then password is this one. Okay, so now we have our Elasticsearch and Kibana running. Let's check some more information. Usually, for Logstash, we will not use Elastic username. We will give Elastic system username and password. But for this course, we are not going to use Elastic. we are not going to use Logstash system. We will directly use Elasticsearch credentials in setting up um, Logstash. Uh, Always remember, like you need to have your Elasticsearch service running on one terminal, Kibana service on another terminal to visualize, and then Logstash on a different terminal. So if you observe the GitHub repos, there's like logstash.config. Always remember the path that you are using here. You need to edit this path. This is not constant for everyone. So let me show you what I mean. So if we go to, I cloned this repo already, but let me go to, if you see, this is where the repo is. I'll do pwd, which says like present working directory. It says like this is the location, and then training.log file is here. So the file location should be slash home slash Karthik slash elklab slash elkstat slash training.log. That's how this file should be. So, and there is no change over here. So just to give you an example, sorry, just to give you overview of Logstash, you will have something called input, you have something called filter, and then you have something called output. So what it does is like, I'm going to specify like, I'm going to input you a file, I'm going to do some filters, and then I'm going to output it to Elasticsearch. That's what it's specifying. So the input part is good for now, and then the filter is also good because if you see training.log, we have got almost like the format that we want and the format that we're expecting, and we are just giving them with the call. But here in Elasticsearch output, you have certain changes. Let me show you. If you see here in logstash.conf, it's pretty basic, and we did not give any authentication or anything. But we have to specify authentication. All newer versions of Elasticsearch are recommending to use authentication. So now we will see how we are going to set it up. Host, here if you see it's localhost 9000, but currently our host is running on HTTPS, so we need to specify HTTPS here. And then index, you can keep whatever name you want. And then user, you need to specify your user and then password. I am going to change the password. Here is the password. Let me change this one. Right. And you're going to add new tags SSL true, SSL certificate verification true, and then you're going to pass CS certificate. Let me also show you how to get this CS certificate. Okay. If you see, my Elasticsearch is running here. This is what I call it like my Elastic's home directory. Now, if you do ls and then if you go to config, yeah, in config, you can see there is like search folder. So I went to my Elastic home folder and then I went to config and then again I need to go to search. So if you see here, there is like http://ca.search. This is the file that is required by Logstash to verify SSL. So if you see here, if you remember here, when we first did, it's saying like not secure because it is not verified. It's like not secure, it's not verified. SSL is not verified. So we are going to pass in this certificate so that Logstash knows what certificate it is. So let's do pwd. We are going to get the location. We are going to copy this location and paste it here. Always remember, you need to also give the file name here. So here the file name is http://ca.cert. That's the part here. And we are going to save this file and then let's read it out. Just verify, just verify. And now let's check on how to on Logstash. Uh, I need to enter it. Icon X Z F Logstash. And this cd space Logstash bin Logstash hyphen F, and then okay. Remember here we need to pass Logstash location. Let's see how we can get Logstash conf location. Where if you see my Logstash config file is here, it's in Logstash. It's in ELK set. I'm again going to do pwd. I'm going to get this location, copy. I'm going to paste it here, and then also I'm going to give file name. That's all. Let's wait until log gets run. Okay, if you see this one, Logstash is authenticated. Now let's get to our Kibana UI. This is our Kibana UI. Now if you see a discover, you will not see anything because you need to configure. Let's again dashboard. Okay, we need to go to dashboard and then we need to create data view. We're gonna space like Logstash icon training. That's the name, and we are going to pass in index pattern. This is the index that we got, so we'll specify Logstash icon star, and then time field is the same thing at the time field. So save data view to Kibana. Now let's go to discover. If you say Logstash, yep, that's how we are going to get logs. Let's run a simple model. If you see here, there's train.py. So when we bin activate, I'm going to execute train model.py. It executed. Now let's check if we are getting logs in runtime. Yeah, we are getting logs in runtime. So that's how we are going to set up ELK stack. First, you need to set up ELK. First you need to set up Elastic, and then Kibana, and then Logstash. Thank you.